Okay, so I don't know how to do a makeup tutorial, like to do the cuts and everything, because you know I'm basically geriatric. So here is a quick TikTok of me getting ready for work. This is my bare face, by the way. I also have beauty filter on, so don't feel bad if you have acne, because I actually have a lot of acne, and nobody needs to see that. You know, whenever I have my hair up, I always like remind myself I should never give a B job because I don't look that great with my ponytail in. So yeah, it's something. We're gonna go in with Isle of Paradise. This is, I got, don't mind my fingernails. Ugh, I'm a nail biter. But ew, don't remember that fact about me. But we're gonna go with Isle of Paradise. It's a bronzing drop. And this is my first time ever actually using a bronzing drop because I don't usually like them because I'm already so like naturally tan. I don't want to like make myself darker and then I have to deal with the repercussions of trying to say shade match myself again. But these are really good. I used it yesterday for the first time and I can't live without these now. If you're watching this in like 2 times speed, I don't blame you, to be honest, because I do that too, and it might actually make my voice less annoying, so good for you, man. Anyways, I'm going with the One Size primer, the Secure the Blur. And also I use, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of high-end products, not because like I'm bougie like that. It's just before I spend money doing products, I do a lot of research before I like buy them, because makeup is a lot of money and I did not survive a fucking 8-hour shift for some NYX products, you know? So okay, then we're gonna go in with this MAC Strobe Cream in the shade Gold Light, and I put that on the back of my hand. I like MAC products. I'm just kind of like getting, obviously, I'm getting into them a little bit more, but like I hate the smell of them. Like even the lipsticks, like I'm not a big vanilla girly, you know? So this, if you want to get this, I highly recommend. It makes you look more like, you know, healthy under foundation, but it does smell like caviar pussy. I'm not even front, so yeah. And then I'm going with the Nessamyrix. This is also another new thing I got from the Sephora sale, and I used it yesterday in the other, what's it called, makeup tutorial, and the one I fucking lost, and I love it. It's I finally have something in my summer shade. I was using Estee Lauder for a hot minute, but 3 and 1 apparently is the lightest I will fucking go. So that's fun. And then I just kind of do this like spatula technique because I don't know, I haven't been really loving full coverage lately. Okay, so after I look like I didn't do anything to my face, I go with my little flower nose sponge and I just press it in. And then I mix these two concealers, Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade 6. I love this. If you have like frosted flake ass skin and your T-zone, this is really good. And then Huda Beauty Fox Filter Concealer in the shade Cotton Candy. I honestly only got this because of the shade name. And I just put it in the back of my hand. I avoid my cuts. And then I just get a little spatula like this. And then I just try to carve out as much as I can. Okay, I took out beauty filter so you can see in better quality like what it looks like after I carve it out. Just the eyebrows and then my T-zone and a little bit on forehead. I then go in with this kind of brush and I just kind of like buff it in. For my eye area, I don't really go like directly underneath because I like my eye bags, because I don't know, I just want people to know I'm like fed up with bullshit, right? Okay, and to look a little less like pasty, I go in back with my foundation brush and I just, cause I did blend my foundation out with this brush, so I just kind of go back in and blend all the whiteness in. Now that I lost any kind of privilege I could have had, I go in with Patrick Ta. I usually don't like him because he's kind of overpriced for like little ass products, but like this is so good. I'm not going in front, like damn, like shit, you know. But I got the shade She Goes to the Gym because I like cool tone mauves. Before I used to go in with this, hold up, with this Flower Nose, that shade. But I don't know, I've been liking creams lately, so it's kind of spongy again. We encase her. Ooh, fancy, I know. Fancy ass bitch that lives in the fucking hood. I don't like a lot of blush, but so you barely can see it, but I kind of like to focus it like on the inner of my face because I want to slim my face a little more down because I got my daddy's face and that shit's square as hell. Okay, I mixed 2 setting powders because, you know, I just have to be fucking high maintenance. I do Fenty Beauty in the shade Lavender to brighten my T-zone because, I don't know, I kind of feel a little more goth when I have a really white T-zone. And then I go with Huda Beauty Peach By. Didn't say that right at all. I think I said Huda Booty on accident, but oh well, I'm a slut. So after I get on my powder brush, I get just any kind of case and I just mush it in, and then I just kind of carve out my concealer back in with my setting powder. So after going with the lavender powder with my under eye, this area, my chin, fuck dumbass, and the center of my forehead, I just go in now with the peach one, and I do all of my face. Like that. Like, yeah. Now we're going with setting spray, not fixing spray. There's a difference. Setting spray is stuff like this that adds like a little more water into it. Setting spray, that's a setting spray. Fixing sprays are more aerosol, like the one side, and that really makes your makeup lock down. So after I do powder, then I kind of moisturize or marinate my fucking skin in NYX Marshmallow to kind of get everything all melted in. Another good setting spray is MAC Fix It, but I personally like this because like one fucking like this of it, like one pump, it looks like you just drown in pussy juices. So like use that one wisely. But like also yeah, like I said, MAC things smell like fucking caviar pussy, so do as you will. This smells like dreams, okay? Also take all my advice with a grain of salt because I'm not a makeup guru. I just watched Jeffree Star when it's prime, so like I don't know what that means. Here are my bronzers now. I don't mix all of these, but like I'm gonna give you my top recommendations for a tan girl. I don't know who's watching. Fenty cream. That's good. Should have done that before I set everything in. But I just like cream today, you know. Too Faced. Too Faced dark chocolate. It smells like chocolate. Can sniff this up if anybody like, you know, pats that in my Coke. And then the One Size Deep Trio. I'm gonna go with these top two shades and just carve out my face. I go in light circle motions, and I try to contour my face to be as slim as it can be, and then I also go in with a little bit of the darker color at the end for like snatchification, whatever it's called. Okay, now brows, since I'm very height maintenance, I go in with the NYX glue, and I just get the spoolie. I get the spoolie and just like kind of wipe on the back of my hand, and then I go in with my Jeffree Star Orgy palette. Yes, it really does say Orgy. And I go in with the shade, it's been used and abused, sorry y'all, but I go in the shade Orgy, and I just get the back of that brush with my Anastasia brush, and then I mix the powder with the glue to kind of make a pomade. All I do is just, I make the arch a little higher, because like Marilyn Monroe, I literally have a picture of Marilyn Monroe, hold up, like right here by my vanity, and I just copy her fucking brows. Now since my eyebrows are like hardcore, you know, sisters on twins, you know, they ain't the Dorn twins, maybe like Property Brothers, you know, then I just kind of go with my eyeshadow now. Sorry, my bitch ass lied. I go in with actually Urban Decay waterline first, and I just kind of do that very messily, my waterline. Now that you give yourself a splinter in your tear ducts, you're gonna go in with a lavender pencil, just like I think the Ulta Beauty one, and I use that under my, like on my bottom waterline. I don't know if you can see, but I just use this lavender pencil because I don't like white and I don't like cream under my eyes because it looks more doll-like, and I just want to brighten my eyes. Curl my lashes off screen because I always hold my breath when I do it and nobody needs to see that. So now I go in with the MAC Fix Plus fucking pussy juices right here. Spray it on a little brush, and then I go in the shade Bed or Floor, and I just tap it in, and then I use that as my inner corner. Now that it looks like I didn't do anything, if I felt fancy, I would have gone in with this MAC Paint Pod in the shades Taylor Gray, or this other MAC eyeshadow in the shade Nude Model. But I don't, so we're actually just gonna go in with my bronzer. We're gonna get the deepest color, and we're just gonna do that as like the outer. Okay, eyeliner. I sometimes go in with this Anastasia, well actually I usually went in with the Anastasia liquid liner, but I ran out, so I'm gonna go with my About Face in the shade Art of Darkness. And we're just gonna get the felt tip, and I'm just gonna get the product like that. Eyeliner doesn't match, but I don't give a fuck anymore. I have to go quick. So I go in with the Lancome Doll Lash, and then after I do my mascara, I usually use the L'Oreal telescopic ones, but I lost that one at work, so we're gonna have to do. After that, I then go with my Marilyn X Kiss lashes in the shade Independent Woman, and then I put on these Rose latex-free duo lash glue. Now that I wait for the glue to get tacky, I go with my lip products, and these are my 4 I use. Yes, I use 4. So liner is the Makeup Forever Dark Dimensional Brown. Then we have the MAC Buffiest Powder Kiss in the shade Buffiest. Anastasia Beverly Hills Gloss in the shade Cantaloupe, and has gold sparkles in it because I'm a frosty girl. And Victoria's Secret Sparkling Pear Gloss. This is a lip liner. I like to spike my Cupid's bow because I really don't like that overline look. Go in with the square lip brush, get the Buffiest, and you just buff it into your lip. I know I'm a woman now. I have my lashes on because they got tacky. And then I just put a glob of this in the brush, and I blend it in. And then I just dab the nude into the center. Forgot about nose contour, the shade Mocha for my nose. This is the look. I have no beauty filter on as well, so you can see my little ass pimple, but we're gonna pretend it's a mole. Hopefully I gave you justice, girl. Thank you. Set my face with one size. I'll look like this at work.